Everyone. The policy I chose to do an analysis on is the Food Stamp Act of 1964. Um, the SNAP program currently constitutes one part of the welfare system within the United States. The modern food stamp program within the United States was implemented in 1964 with the passage of the Federal Food Stamp Act of 1964. The program had two goals of using our domestic food supply to its full advantage and promoting the nutritional well-being of low-income citizens. However, this was not our first attempt at a program to address food insecurity in this country. The food stamp program finds its roots in the late 1930s when the government decided they could hit two targets with one stone by addressing two serious problems: the disposal of agricultural commodities and hunger during the Great Depression. At the time, food stamps were a voucher issued by the government to those who met the guidelines for being low income. They were purchased with the participants' own money for a higher value than the cash that paid for them. A similar structure remained in place for the Food Stamp Act of 1964. These vouchers were only exchangeable for food, much like the SNAP benefits that we have today. In 1961, President Kennedy followed through with his campaign promises and designated his first executive order to fight hunger in America. He instituted 8 pilot food stamp programs in West Virginia and 6 other states. His order doubled the quantity and variety of foods to be distributed to the needy and helped them stretch their dollars. Because of the evidence of need demonstrated by the pilot projects authorized by President Kennedy, Congress passed the Food Stamp Act of 1964, and it was signed into law by President Lyndon Johnson. The program's growth and expansion occurred in the 1970s when Richard Nixon recommended amending the Food Stamp Act in 4 ways. The first way was food stamps should take priority over food distribution. The second was the most needy people should receive food stamps for free. The third was there should be a limit on the purchase price for stamp allotments, and the fourth was that stamp allotments should be increased for everyone. This was a big overhaul to the program, but still much different than its current successor. Today, most of the research that examines food insecurity and its effects on health outcomes is concentrated on children. Researchers have learned that children from food insecure households are at an elevated risk for anemia, birth defects, cognitive impairment, aggression, and anxiety. Children are also at an increased risk of a variety of mental health conditions and poor oral health. There is strong evidence of SNAP's effectiveness in alleviating food insecurity, with a wealth of studies showing that SNAP benefits have a measurable negative effect on household and child food insecurity. Currently, SNAP is making a huge difference in the economic well-being and health of participants in the program, leading to a better quality of life. The Food Stamp Act of 1964 had great success in reducing food insecurity in our most vulnerable populations and laid the foundation for the SNAP program we have today. This has long been one of the most powerful tools to fight against hunger in our country and still is to this day.